Yes.
Woo! You know what? Shit. Shall we give them the usual? Give them a few more minutes to gather themselves.
Yeah, we could do that. Let me see what's in
Give
chat.
give a few more minutes to gather themselves. Let's give them one more. Give them one more.
All right, hold on. Let me give me a second. Make sure. Oh, they're my board. Okay. So I make sure. Wait, I don't know what happened. Everything went dark for some reason. I gotcha. All right, here's another song I'm gonna play. All right, everybody. I hope the music was nice and going, man. Next to Mr. Faulkner Jr., he always wants the quality music. It sounds pretty good. You know how I do it.
It's always gonna be quality music here. Woo! Good morning and good evening to those on the West Coast. Good morning to my fellow East Coasters.
Mm-hmm.
Hello to the mid. Oh, the dirty South. You know you treat me so fine. To everybody up north. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
How are we doing, chat? How are we doing? Shout out to the chief engineer, Chaos Rain.
Yes. Chaos here. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. May the Creator have His blessings upon ye. Shout out to everyone. Woo! Oh, those music selections. Oh, they felt so. Oh, get you the good spirit.
Good for the soul. I tell you.
So we might gonna have to start a little album up because of getting requests for the music. You're gonna get thoroughly entertained by the music.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're gonna get thoroughly entertained by the chaotic one and the Faulkner man. Smoking on this good old fashioned Delicioso black cherry exotic tobacco. Not that exotic. With the black, smooth black cherry flavor. You know what would go well with this?
Where we'll go with that?
A good apple whiskey would go well with this.
Okay.
On the rocks. But one day we're gonna do the cigar testing. For those of you who are in the DMV area. Tomorrow, your boy's going to the nation's capital to do what he does best. Style. Woo! And profile. We're going to hit up a couple of lounges. Mm-hmm. First, the cigar lounge. Then we're going to go to a nice little music lounge. We're going to go where the girls are feeling fine. You know, them beautiful, nice misses. And then what? Skin type britches, if you know what I mean. Oh, so if anybody want to hang with the Faulkner man, catch me down DC. We're going to ask this one very, very important question out today, folks. Do you respect masculinity?
Mm-hmm.
Do you respect masculinity? And I can't just say that just for the women, because I do have to open up the eyes of many men out there to say the respect of masculinity is so low that it's almost non-existent. Do we respect masculine leadership to the point where women nowadays think it's easy to be a man? Every ex that I had always said, you men got it easy. And I said, how, pray tell? Y'all don't have to have babies. I said, y'all don't have to deal with y'all and the baby. For instance, when my son's mother was recouping from childbirth, I had to literally take care of her, the baby, and I had to go to work. I had to take off like about 2, 3 weeks, close to a month. See, I as men, we don't get these 6 months off. And
Mhm.
reasonably so, should women get time off because they're recouping and they have to take care of baby? Yes. But at the same time, you still expect us to bring that home that bacon, correct? You still expect us to pull you out the fires and the flames. No problem with that. But is it respected? Is it cherished? We'll send the link in a minute. How you doing, Gold Professor? Aqua Dragon. The Vision. Miss Melanie, how you doing? Woo. See, masculine leadership took us from hunter gatherers all the way up throughout history to the greatest civilizations ever known. See, masculine leadership is never selfish. It's pretty realistic, even. See, we don't mind settling the lands. We don't mind holding back the Visigoths. We don't mind fighting the axis of evil. We don't mind challenging the KKK. We don't mind fighting radical terrorists, domestic terrorists. What we do mind is it respected? I had an interesting conversation with she who will not be named. I think it's so obvious that people be like, damn, I can't wait till she who will not be named be on the damn panel, right?
Mhm.
Where she says America is such a patriarchy. And I said, they're hell bent on making it not. But when you speak to people about subjects they don't like, they always say, well, I'm drinking and I don't feel like that part of the conversation. Let's talk about something else. And thank you for respecting it, Miss Mellon. But here's the problem. We've done such a good and excellent, actually, if you really want to use the proper adjective, we've pretty much have done so much in excellence when it comes to civilization, where to the point where women, not all, think that they are your superiors or your equals. And I've said this many of times: men and women are not equal; they're complementary. This equality, if you will, has taken jobs away from fathers, husbands, young men starting their way. And what happened in the last 10, 15 years? Probably even 20. You notice that the women are hitting the stratosphere, the men are in the seventh lower gate of hell.
Mhm.
Women have this not only a biological urge, but a social one, where they want a man. Oh yeah, this is my deflections. But what makes it incredible that women want to marry these mythical men who can slay dragons, bring home the bacon, give them the best sex. I mean, fuck like a porn star. Just trying my best not to curse, but this is the Charles Faulkner show, and we go there sometimes. They want this mythical man. Sometimes they even want a man that outranks them vastly. So we're never going to get the chance to actually make an excuse. We're not going to get that chance to be the man who needs a little help. Are there women who do help men? Yes, and you are greatly appreciated. But you are the few. You are the rarity. So when you actually look at this, and I've had conversations with multiple women in the past few days. I had a friend of mine from childhood when I asked the question, do you respect your husband? Do you listen to what he says? The same friend who was on the Facebook, post that I made, stated that the girl was too young and she should have waited years later to get her education so she doesn't have to depend upon a man. This is a married woman who stated this. Women are supposed to depend upon men. Men
Mm-hmm.
are supposed to be useful. A man giveth a purpose to a woman. A woman is supposed to be the glory and the light that he shine on her, and she's supposed to reflect it back tenfold. Hmm. Talk about unicorns. Talk about some unicorns, really? I don't even call them unicorns. I call them Kryptonians. You ain't finding too many of them. The goddamn planet blew up. And when you really think about this, right? This is
Mm-hmm.
a married woman of several years, over a decade or so of marriage. And when I spoke to her on the phone, she even said, "Well, if I'd have listened to him, he would have dragged me down." And I had to ask this one real question: why are you still with them? Is it because he's the useful man? Because men aren't perfect. We have our ups and downs.
Mm-hmm.
We have our flaws. We have our setbacks. Excuse me, setbacks. We have our heartbreaks. Sometimes we're lacking. Miss Melanie. But we're never allowed to fail. It's like that Anita Baker song, Fairy Tales. You're just waiting for the prince to slay the dragon. But once that prince slay that dragon, i.e., bring home that money, work for people who probably do not like him for whatever reason, maybe even shortchange him, maybe even pass him up for several promotions. One of the female friends even said, if I believed in reincarnation, maybe I'll come back as a man. And I'll say you. And I told her you'll go back to being a woman again very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
See, I really want to make a contrast, juxtapose, if you will, the supposed listening and obeying the leadership versus this vaunted independence.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have derelict men out there? Of course we do. Not all men are created equal. But if you married a person If you're in a long-term relationship, which means what? A year, 2 years, 3 years? Do you
Some even
not?
longer.
Some even longer. God damn it! Why? Why do you? Why do you get such a take such an offense to masculine leadership? Remember when you pulled up my Facebook post? Another
Yes.
one of my female friends stated, I don't need to listen to no man. My mother and grandmother taught me how to be dependent on myself.
Okay.
Y'all could go back to the archives if you think we lying.
Yeah, man, it's all there. But it lets me know, say, why would grandparents tell their granddaughter that? That's the question she should ask her granddaughter. I mean, her grandparents. That's I'm just saying.
Because because you know why?
Come
It's the culture, as BGS would say. It's the culture.
Mm-hmm.
The culture has degraded to such a point where the same men who fought your battles, the same men during the Civil War fought to free you. Lincoln didn't free us, we freed Lincoln. See, the black man was the glue that held the Union together. If there was one song title I could give the black man, it'd be called Broken Promises. So when you look at it, this man worked, bought houses, fought wars, put food on tables, clothes on backs, sent his children and his wife to school, didn't even ask for a thank you. But we
Mm-hmm.
can't even get the see, let me tell some true shit. Because I'm trying not to curse, but it seems like I'm gonna end up doing it anyway. And see, I mean, let's not be disingenuous of who I truly am. I'm articulate, but yes, I will cuss you out in a second. Let's look at reality. Men don't even care if you thank us; just respect us.
Mm-hmm.
Your holy books, all three Abrahamic religions, said, "Husband, love thy wives; wives, respect thy husband."
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say love, and there was a reason why he said that. Because at the end of the day, that man will walk through hell and brimstone to support his family. He should not have to come back into turmoil. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
He shouldn't have to come back home to turmoil after fighting literally the forces of evil, racism, sexism, whatever other isms you can include. He comes back and he's got to deal with an unruly wife and
Mm-hmm.
being subjugated and have her turn the kids against him. Look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I could take many of our famous black shows. Look at Good Times. Probably one of the greatest black fathers in television history, James Evans.
Mm-hmm. As Charles waits, make sure I hit that like button. Subscribe. You're not subscribed to the great Charles Faulkner Jr.
I don't know what the hell happened, but
Mhm.
You had one of the greatest fathers in television history, black fathers, James Evans. And I remember one episode where he found enough money to move him and his family out the ghetto, out
Mhm.
the PJs, the projects. She was so wrapped up, Florida Evans, in trying to do the right thing that she wanted to give the money back. Instead of looking at the logic and practicality that you need this money.
Mhm.
He didn't steal it, he found it. You need this money to give your family a better life. How you going to go around your husband's back and sabotage your own families? We'll go into the Cosby Show. We love the Cosby Show, but did Cliff Huxtable really run that household, or was it Claire?
It's a good question.
It was Claire. We may laugh and joke about it, but how does a little girl like Rudy, and I forget what the other daughter's names, they'll ask Cliff, "Well, can I do something?" Or I thought you know. As a matter of fact, I'll back up. He wanted she wanted Claire wanted him to get rid of the couch, and he said no. And then somehow Claire convinced him to get rid of it. So his daughter was like, "Well, if you don't get rid of it, tell Bob." And it's almost like he snapped to attention. Does that show a love of masculinity? Another favorite of mine, Married with Children. Was Al respected within his household? Think about it. Shoe
Mhm.
salesman, drove a beat up Dodge. Only person in the house that worked was him and the lights. Was that respect?
Nope.
If anything, every time I see a father figure in a lot of these shows and movies nowadays, he's either the bumbling idiot, the abusive guy, or he's the non existent. Uh, um, I don't know. Let me check that. Uh, try it now. I don't know. Gold Professor, try it now. And I appreciate you. Thank you. But you gotta look at it. I, I've even had situations with my son's mother, and I had to tell them, how many years did you have being a boy? Like, who's gonna raise a better set of men? And it's not trying to discount anybody. I'm just telling it like it is.
Mhm.
Do we get the respect from being the ones who keep the law and order in the land? Do we get the respect from being the protectors? Do we get the respect of fighting wars? Taking jobs that God knows we don't even love. We probably hate it. We probably loathe it. And here it is. Several married women say they don't even have to listen to their husbands. But yet, I hear so many times on YouTube and in real life, the men need to take charge. The men need to fight. What am I fighting for? You want me to go out there and become a patriot without a country?
Mm-hmm.
You want me to fight on your behalf, but if I tell you not to do something, you can't tell me what to do. You're not my father. Then go back to his ass. We'll do a reverse wedding. I'll walk you down the aisle and happily give your ass right back to him. But yet, you have so many women, 80% of them file for the divorces. You look at men as a utility, not even as a human. I've seen some of the comments when Niecy Nash married that girl. Huh? I don't know what the hell's going on. No, 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 no. But yet, we go out there every morning. Sometimes some of us, like myself, work in the nighttime. And we just go out there and think, am I a leader or am I a figurehead? The only time I'm looked at as the leader is when shit fails. The only time I'm looked at as somebody responsible is for when that child isn't doing so well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at Zion, right? Zion would not be where he is today if it wasn't for his stepfather. He thanked everybody else but his stepfather, which goes to show what's the benefits of being a stepdaddy. If you are one, hey, hopefully you get all the benefits and love and respect that you deserve. But yet, you thank your mama, but you don't thank the guy who gave you the skills to make you a millionaire overnight.
Mm-hmm.
You thank your mama. Think about it.
Mama.
What was the one dude who said, "Mom, you the MVP"? What's his name? Used to play for the Warriors. Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Crying up there talking about his mama's the MVP. Didn't
Mm.
realize your mama put you in poverty. Didn't realize your mama you were literally in poverty when you were born. And what did she do? Have more kids to put y'all further in poverty. But she figured, wait a minute, my son gonna be 7. Go professor. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Woo for the cash app.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even think foresight to say, you know what? This one child is kicking my ass raising them. But I'm gonna have more. And then now you put your poor son in a position where he's got to play man of the house and take on responsibilities that no young man should take. And you're right, Miss Melanie. When you're paying the check, when you're when you're putting out the work, when you're the one who's got to go check whenever things go bump in the night, do we respect that leadership? Can a man make a decision and the wife just says, "I'm gonna get it done"? Can we do that in the black community today? Hell, can we even do that in the white communities today? You got all this feminazi shit And I swear, speaking on that, she who will not be named be like, oh, we're still patriarchal, even though we have feminists and transgenders and all this. I said, how do I said you never heard of the court system?
Mm-hmm.
Not to tell her business, but your dad raised you because your mom left at an early age. If that would have been reversed, your father wouldn't have been shit. He'd have been trying to fight to fucking find you every goddamn day of your life, and the narrative would have been your daddy didn't love you. He wasn't shit.
Mm-hmm.
Which really reminds me, how many kids out there hate their fathers only because they hear half the story?
Too many to count, bro. I mean, I remember some of them called in to another brother, and he said that to the one, Mr. Samuels, telling said how his father was a loser, he was this, and he had the whole right there. So wait, are you sure about that? Do you know the other side of the story? But it shows you once you're a boy becoming a man, you should stay in your place to know why your father does what he does. You get me? He
And
tried to
I'm gonna
best
tell
his
you, that's a good statement you made because you really don't understand your father till you really become one.
yeah.
Continue, chaos.
Yeah, so to me, when I hear that from Mr. Samuels, it gives more praise and respect to him because he knows that there's always two sides of the story. Right? It's not perfect, but your father did what he the best he could. You get me? Now, if he was not involved, okay, he'll deal with that in his own time. But all at the end of the day, you should, as you become an adult, have a better understanding and appreciation that what my father tried or either has done, accomplished, or failed. I, as a person, going to hold some respect, understand, and say I'm going to do even better or greater things. That's how we grow as adults. And I go even a step further. I see a lot of these niggas that's our age, bro, have a lot of disrespect for a lot of men in this space. And regardless, these old heads don't know what the fuck they talking about. Because a lot of people that are either millennials or just touch close to millennials, edging at the end of Gen X, have very much disdain hatred for the old heads. That they want to have a better place in the world they're in now. And they had to start over and say, I had to pick up a slack what you have not accomplished and I had to do all this work. Yeah, because other men do great things. Not all men are created equal, and not all men is going to be accomplishable. But in the day, we learn from their mistakes. We can learn what they did wrong and try to prove to be better to make a better outcome for us as men. And it's totalitarian.
See, what's funny about the people talk about the high tier man. The low tier man is a great man. There would be no high tier man without the low tier man.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's got to work the factories. Somebody's got to hold the line. See,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm so glad you picked up on that one. How many
Yes.
times we've been on BGS's panels and some young punk comes up there, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Y'all didn't leave us nothing from the boomer generation.
Mm-hmm. I hear too many that's either our age, bro. That if you want to name names, that's up to you. But I know what you talk about.
And it's crazy because last time I checked, a lot of these baby boomers and early Xers, if it wasn't for them, your ass wouldn't have the rights and freedoms you have now.
Mm-hmm.
Those baby boomers, hell, they're coming from the greatest generation. There's a reason why they call them the greatest generation. You go out there and you fight Hitler. You go out there.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely appreciate you guys. Thank you, Leon. Ooh, another faithful man. Thank you for the cash app, man.
Mm-hmm.
See, we got away from actually being in a position of you looking at your father, your grandfather, and if you're lucky, your great grandfather, as such reverence. Like, wow. A lot of these kids don't even look at their father's medals, their grandfather's army, you know, going through his mechanics. Well, I would have took my son to the range this week, but next week when I'm off, I'm gonna go teach him how to shoot a rifle. something that could possibly save his life, whether in defense or he's got to go hunt some food to feed himself and his future family. See, it was amazing when I looked at my father's picture. I remember for his birthday, he had this picture from the 70s, a Polaroid. For all you millennials, a Polaroid is like a picture, a camera that you took the picture and you had to wave the motherfucker around and put it down so the light doesn't hit it so you can actually take the picture. And for his birthday, I went to the Staples to get it blown up, poster size. I had it framed for him. You have so many kids who can't even trace their lineage back to their father's side. They don't even know what it is. And it's shameful. And what makes it harsh is that you get a bunch of these bitter ladies, right? You get these bitter ladies out there, and you get these bitter gentlemen who don't see the respect for their father. Somebody who's legitimately old enough to be your father, maybe even your grandfather, you'll go up on panels and try to say he doesn't know shit. He's lived more life than you. It's despicable. See, we can't just look at the ladies and say, "Hey, you don't respect the men." Well, motherfucker, you don't respect your older men either. You don't respect the men over top of you either. Well, it's different because no, you don't. Well, why did y'all accept civil rights? That was weak. What was your better options? See, a lot of people can talk their biggest bullshit until they have to make the big decisions. So they have to be the general of the army. So you got to go give the flag to the family from the lost life that you sent out there on your behalf. It's no different than when I tell the female YouTubers who say some really, really, really messed up and disingenuous shit. What sacrifices are you willing to make? See, this is the reason why men are the leaders. Because one, they think in the totality of a situation, and two, they're going to make sacrifices that you are not. Women make sacrifices too. Okay. Let all the men sit back the next big war we have and sending y'all asses over. How many people are going to end up pregnant? Well, we're going to do the same thing for the cowardly Negroes. You can't, we want to see how long you can make it without that guidance and wisdom. And then you wonder why your your society's in a decline. You wonder why your sons aren't doing well. Well, the men should do this. Well, wait a minute. Did a man put a gun to your head and say you want to have this baby? What did you know in COVID right now, folks? There's mothers who don't even like being mothers because they got to be there all day, every day with their children. Isn't that what we did 60, 70 years ago? 40, 50? My his time changed. So when you have a lot of people out there trying to debunk the usefulness of masculinity, we got to say, do you respect that masculine presence and leadership? Do you respect that logic? Or do you want to be chaotic in your emotions? What makes you a leader is not the degrees you hold, is not the money you make, it's the sacrifices you're willing to make. It's the times you're gonna put your safety on the back burner for others. Let's see what my man Anthony Taylor said. What's up, Anthony Taylor? There is something feminine about a young guy whining and being disrespectful to an older man because he's older. Facts.
Oh, before
It's
you continue, Charles,
Go
I'd
ahead.
like to say thank you, Anthony Taylor and Leo. I think Leo Anthony for your donation. I appreciate brothers. For much respect.
Oh yeah. Always thank you, fellas. You gotta understand this. In the military and in the police department, we have a word for that. It's called insubordination. When you disobey a direct order. See, that direct order that you disobeyed could get people killed. I like that one. Black women accountability and responsibility for 600 Alex. See, that's exactly what it is. You want the power and authority without the sacrifice, accountability, and responsibility. But women have it so hard. Young men have it so hard. See, I'm not going to say every man out there is a leader. No. But when you are confronted with a leader and you don't give them that due respect, oh, I should respect this man because he's older. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because you were never taught to respect men.
And that's the problem with our community. Amongst other young men that become men and other men, we don't respect other men. We say we do, but we don't really respect other
You
men.
don't. You don't. Gold Professor said, the only nation I know of that was built by women was the island Wonder Woman was on. Yep, the mascara. And that shit is fictional. There it is. We build the goddamn country. We put all this protection around you, but yet you want to undermine us. You want to hurry up and have a baby by a motherfucker so you can drain his pockets, or the fucking state itself. Not even a thank you. Not even a respect. You won't even give the kids to their father. Think about it. You literally had a married woman on Facebook. Thank God it's on video because I bet you the motherfuckers would try to erase it. I don't need to respect the man. My mother and my grandmother told me. I have a question for you, sweetheart. Are your grandmother and mother married?
Hmm. Oh wait.
Or are they a bunch of curmudgeons? But yet, how are they going to tell you how to respect men? But then you'll talk about the patriarchy. The patriarchy is oppressing us. No, the patriarchy is keeping you alive. The masculine, the masculine principle is keeping you pushing forward. Well, Officer Faulkner, there are a lot of women making strides because the men made it for them to do it. You know why there's female police officers this day? It's because there were men who says, "Hold up, let me make sure, let me check. Okay, it's coast is clear. Come on." Even in the Baltimore Police Department, first black officer hired was a female. Shout out to that lady. I think she just passed a couple of months ago. But what does that tell you? I keep telling you how the world views you is how your woman views you is how the world views you. So you telling me There were no qualified brothers who could have got that position first. I'm not knocking her. I'm proud that she got the position. Do you think that would have happened in an Asian community, in a white community, in an Arabic community, Native American? Hell no. But yet, you'll have people come out with live streams and videos with it. What happened to all the good men? Do you even know what a good man looks like? A functional man? An efficient man? No, you don't. I beg to differ. That man who will go out there, rain, sleet, hail, and snow to put food on the table and a roof over your head. The man who tell you, baby, I got this. Whatever happened to that guy?
Hmm. Say again, Charles.
I said the man who will go out there and risk hell and heaven against you. The man who will put food on your table, roof over your head, fight the forces of goddamn evil. Is that the efficient man? Is that the practical man?
Hmm. That's
The
not.
logical man? No, no, you don't. What you really want, and this is what happens because of feminism infiltrating the education systems. The perfect man to the modern woman is a simp who makes six figures or higher, who will give without question. I said it. I
Mhm.
said it. The simp is so damn praised and worshipped, it's not even funny. The simp has been thrown in our faces. Oh, Charles, he gives me so much. The only reason you like him because he doesn't tell you no. It's like I said last night about one of my exes. I gotta help you make six figures in your own place, but you hard headedly did the complete opposite of what I was trying to tell you what to do. I told you, follow the plan. When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. By the way, this is the reason why your young men need to go to the military because most of them do not see a masculine position of power till they get there.
Yeah, man. They're rebellious to the core, bro.
So much so that you're raising your children like a bunch of fucking cackling bitches. Yeah. Let me see what they said. Anthony Taylor said you hit the nail on the head. The perfect man for the modern woman is a simp that makes six figures. Goddamn right. Lavelle Adams crying about protection, but they only want protection from the top 10%. Exactly. And a lot of women do not qualify for a top 10 percenter. Okay?
Hmm.
You got women who don't even qualify to be married. But but yet, how many times have I had to defend Marcus Houston and his new wife?
And really, you know how to really do that, bro. But you know how females are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's called jealousy. Jealousy. Lord, I know I'm hating real hard 'cause I used up all my goods. I gave my vagina out like a bus pass. Let me stop before I make a song out of this.
Hmm.
Don't make me start it. I'll write the lyrics tonight. But it's funny. All of them women were bumping their panties talking about, well, we'll get, well, she's too young. 19 as a child. No, it isn't. Because I'm pretty sure when you were 19, nobody couldn't tell you shit. See how lying people can be? 19's a child, but if you were 19 and somebody had 5 million in the bank said I'm gonna marry your ass, you're not gonna say no, are you?
Yeah.
And that's disgusting, man. You gotta be, and people may not like what I say all the time. That's cool. That is so cool. I'll say one thing. Tell me where I lied.
Mm-hmm.
You can't push your rates forward if your men are doing subpar.
I agree.
You can't push it forward. You cannot. It's impossible. How can your protectors be at the bottom end when you're getting all the jobs?
Mm-hmm.
You're rushing to go, I got my job. Okay, so who's going to take care of you? I don't need a man. So who's going to teach your son to be a productive, effective, and practical and logical man?
I don't need a man. I don't have to worry about that.
I'm the mother and the father. Really?
And they'll tell you,
Don't.
say, yeah, really.
Thank God that some of these ladies out there are smart enough to know. At least the women on my subscribers know that.
Mm-hmm.
They'll tell you, I ain't trying to be no damn man. I ain't trying to go through that hard shit.
Yeah, man.
Who wants to get up there and have to look at and have to do some dirty ass work? Got to go through sewers. Got to go fight the forces of evil. Got to go through deserts.
Mm-hmm. Man, I don't even want to do that job.
I mean, really, think about it. Think about it. Who wants to do that shit? Who wants to really? You got these fools out there who complain about the women, but they act just like them. You'll be the first motherfucker to say, "Well, these women ain't shit." But you'll go up there to an older man, twice your age. You don't know shit, you old motherfucker. Let me see. My nephew I already said most of these women don't qualify for protection, Uncle Chuck. That can be true. Would I allow a woman to get her ass whooped? No.
Mm.
But if you poking a bear, protection, Uncle Chuck. You might, you might be on your own a little bit. But if somebody's, messing with a lady and she did nothing wrong, yes, I would step in. I've done it before plenty of times, and I'm not talking about when I'm on duty. It's sad because when you look at the amount of men throughout history that were respected, and it's not even as the Professor Cerulean Gray would say, the derelict Negro, but those are great men out there doing their thing, and they get disrespected. They're treated like a utility, like a pit bull. That's the one thing I couldn't fly with. And I'm looking at it like, wait a minute. You can't even be thankful for the guys who put their necks out? Well, I don't need to listen to no man. But once you get into an auto accident, once you get into some trouble yelling in the alley, once you go outside of protection, you're yelling for Superman to come save you. So when you have these people out there coming out and being profane towards masculine leadership, you got to look at it. All shit comes back on you. One day you're gonna be the old man if you're lucky, and you're gonna have to deal with the same young punks swearing up and down you don't know shit. How you like that? And please make sure everybody coming in, please give it a like.
Yeah, I like that.
Like is free. You know, even if you put it down, a thumbs down on it. Shit, I love it. You like it, I love it. You gotta help the algorithm. Somebody might need this shit. But you come out because you know we're approaching 40, right?
Yep, yep. Oh yeah.
And back in the day, you didn't talk to a guy in their 40s like they were beneath you. Or you're equal, especially if you're 20. You don't know shit.
Mm-hmm.
Abel Adams said, you see it on Kevin's show all the time. 90% of the women that call don't even qualify for the men they want. Yeah, that's true. That's
And
true.
go further. I'm not going to even compete to get what they really want. They feel
No, they
so
won't.
a man giving them some dick is an accomplishment. And ladies, you got to move beyond that.
I'm going to say it for the ladies, and I'm giving the ladies a little bit game. Dick does not equal love. Okay? Dick
Mm-hmm.
does not dick does not equal security. Dick does not equal financial, security. It does not equal a relationship. It's just dick. Old professor said I had a woman say to me, she wants to lead, she wants to follow, but tells me that she doesn't want my advice unless she asks for it. And you know what I call her? That we have a saying for her in my family. It's called a damn fool.
Mm-hmm.
You complain about, wow, what happened to the real men? Why can't I be treated like a lady? If you want to be treated like the queen, you gotta stop trying to be the goddamn king. See, the king is supposed to be leading his troops in the front. See, the king has a claymore and a battle axe taking heads off on his black horse, straight black horse, and he's taking heads off. Why do you want to get off your throne of security and safety to come out there in a bloody war? But you don't want to take our advice. Then that means you don't want a man. You want a child.
Yeah.
Miss Melanie said facts. Q James, a lot of these MFers that are talking all that shit to older people will not even make it to become an elder. Facts. What's up, Sonny? Woo! I had to listen to a 50-year-old man in Iraq. He literally fought from the Persian Gulf War to Iraq. Do you think that was shit I could tell that guy to do? I know more than him. You best believe my mouth was closed and my ears were open. because your life depended on it. And I'm gonna tell you what a lot of these young motherfuckers don't even understand. Okay, a lot of those motherfuckers would not survive the '70s and the '80s, where a lot of these old guys would kick your ass, where you had to deal with motherfuckers on the block, where you had running gun battles, where you literally had a rumble. 30 people come on this side, 30 people come on that side, and you're fighting in the middle of the damn street. And there was no snitching. A lot of people weren't ready for that shit. Exactly. If the king ain't in the game, there is no game. The queen might be the most maneuverable piece, but guess what? When the king falls, the game's over. Have you ever noticed? Like I even told females when I'm training them, why give up your femininity? Your period doesn't come. You start growing facial hair because of the elevated testosterone and stress. You start speaking with a deeper voice. I swear to God, one day we're gonna go through my POF POF profile and I'm gonna show you some of the females. Like, yo, I had one female in her profile. She's an alpha female. Really? The fuck is an alpha female? There's only one alpha female I could think of, and that's a wolf and a hyena.
Who came up with that, bro? Since you mentioned alpha female, who came up with that dumb shit?
That's that feminist rhetoric, man.
Alpha female, who came up with that fucking shit?
How can you be alpha when you're dependent on somebody the fuck else? You're not the leader. You don't take responsibility or accountability for the group.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't make no sense, bro.
Even the lionesses and the pride are not alpha. You know why, bro?
Yeah.
Because if they don't hunt, guess who's gonna be the first on the menu? Your goddamn kids.
Mm-hmm.
Or you. But guess what? That lion has the baddest job in the whole land. He's got to defend the lionesses, the cubs, because if he loses, them cubs are dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then possibly you could be exiled, and it's very hard for lions to hunt by themselves. Ask me how I know. Because I was doing this zoology shit in sixth grade that you're supposed to learn in 11th and 12th. So I'm not a stupid guy. I just play stupid. Never let everybody know what you're capable of doing. Let it be a surprise. And once they actually find out what you can do, make it look like it was effortless.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you said that, Gold Professor. They rather be hyenas than lionesses. And guess what? When you're the alpha, you're responsible. You got to defend against all invaders. Very few animals, female animals in the world that exist, are bigger than the males. The green anaconda is bigger than the males. The females are bigger. I believe the great white sharks females are a little bit bigger. Of course, you know the black widow spiders. Female spiders tend to be a little bit bigger. Praying mantis. But guess what? Do you really have what it takes to survive on your own? See, folks, I'm gonna just tell y'all some real crazy shit, man. My man Anthony Taylor said feminist women are always copying and pasting male ideas and archetypes. Of course, your greatest female CEOs had to learn from men, but because of this Me Too era, it's fucking them over because they're not getting that teaching and mentoring from men because it's too costly. There's too much of a fucking risk to be seen with a woman by yourself in the world we live in. Ooh, Cortez Smith, what's up? See, where women excel is espionage. When she works a room and she's graceful,
And seducing the clientele or the opposite sex. That's where
and
her lies.
some yes, and when she's mingling with the other women, and you know how women love to talk, and she's like, "Oh, well,
Mhm.
we were making this we're making this business deal, but we're not supposed to let anybody know, so keep a secret." Aha! But no, no, no. You want to compete in the realm of men, and then when you're forced to compete like a man, and you don't get the position because everything's equal, right? Then you want to cry foul and say either me too or you want to put a grievance in. These motherfuckers are tearing 83 up right now. I'll tell you that much. And
Mhm.
it's a wet road. don't no, don't throw off anybody. Let's get
Oh,
these
Charles,
likes
before you
up, people.
continue, sure, yeah, thank you. We have 30, we have almost 40 people watching, and we don't have 21 likes. Y'all could do better. Please like the stream.
Come on, get the likes up.
Like
Share
the stream. Like the stream, please.
share
I,
the share it on your community tabs. If you feel inclined to donate, donate. But goddamn, get the likes up,
at
please.
least get the likes up as well.
Please get the likes up. I'm giving y'all some first-hand information late night.
Yeah.
We are the kings and queens of the late night tonight, man.
Hmm.
I'm giving y'all some introspective thought.
Yeah. I just did my little backup live stream on another channel, which I'll drop maybe in a little bit, depending on how one's we open it up.
Okay.
I want to start getting people to subscribe on the other channel. This is dealing with various books or articles. I might even reveal this thing about the Smith with black, strong, independent black woman very soon on the channel. But
Oh yeah.
I'm waiting till I get a certain subscribers so I start doing that.
Oh yeah. Because we plan on reading books like the myth of the black superwoman.
Hmm.
We plan on reading books like that
Hmm.
because you gotta realize something. Because tonight I'm gonna open
Hmm.
up the panel. I want the men and women to talk to me.
Yeah.
I want them, even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, if you do agree, I want to hear from both.
Hmm.
I'm not trying to be arguing.
Hmm.
I've actually I've actually killed a lot of beefs that I had on YouTube starting today.
Yeah. Yes.
I even went to BJ's channel, donated money. He saluted. He said, "Hey, I gotta respect that man. That's a man who stands on his square." He said,
Hmm.
"I said what I said to him." He said what he said to me. We got over it like men.
Okay. Okay. Cool. That's respect. That's what's up.
That's respect. I don't
Uh,
talk about this mask. I don't talk about this manhood shit. I live it every goddamn day.
hmm
Life's too fucking
And,
short.
and it's funny when it comes to black men, we're different from our opposite counterparts because when they beef with each other, they will stay beef forever. Not men. We don't operate like that. That's why we know the little short little fallout we had last year, or what Charles had. He said quickly, the opposition had, a change of heart, and
Uh-huh.
bygones and we move on. just like men, because there's
Mhm.
of we gotta have a sense of respect, integrity.
Mhm.
We fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Not every time we're gonna keep taking people that fuck up, but the first step is admit that I'm wrong, and I want to move past this. I want to do better, bigger things, and I would appreciate if you accept my apology. And like any respectful gentleman, it said, "All right, we'll take it this time," but for this time, because we're brothers in this direction of
Yeah,
life.
because guess what? The world is gonna look at you all as one big nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what my man Sonny said. That is true. The pawn is able to become the queen after the queen has been taken, but it's up to you to ensure that that doesn't happen. Pick your pieces carefully. Facts.
Yeah. Mm.
My man once again said from Sonny Spox and Talk, no real disagreements from me, but I will say I think that and at the time that we are in, we need to figure out a way to come together. See, this is the beautiful thing about it, Sonny and others. Panels like these where we have open and honest discussions. I've always told people when two sides are fighting or arguing with each other, you're going to have to listen to that one side and say nothing, even if you don't like it. We'll hear them out. And when it's your time to talk, they have to do the same. Get that understanding. See, the issues with the black man and woman are not that great. You feel me? See, the black woman needs to support her man, just like the black man needs to provide, protect, and problem solve for that woman. I've always said this before. A great woman can make you feel like kryptonite, can make you feel like Superman, or she could be your kryptonite. Like you said, brother, pick your pieces carefully. I'll have to put the link in this motherfucker. I like to hear from both men and women on the topic. We're going to figure out ways of how to bring back the black leadership at the forefront again. We're going to figure out ways of how to work together instead of apart.
Yes. Yeah. And I want to hear from everybody that's in the chat room your thoughts, opinions of this dissertation. If you have a story, share it. If you've gone through some, share it. There won't be no message unleft by the end of this night.
Tampa Supreme, how you doing, man? Woo! Got 34. That's a good night. I'm loving this late night shit, man. Y'all must really be y'all must really fuck with me. Y'all about this late, man. I love y'all, man. Oh man. I love y'all too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Let me try it one more time with the link, man. Goddamn StreamYards. I want to hear from the ladies and the fellas. Don't be shy. We see here. We like to bring ladies up here because I like to get the introspective between both. I like to hear both voices. I like to be that one channel. It may be a male space, but females are welcome. What's
Aqua,
up, Aqua?
Hey, what's going on, Sir Charles? Going
Oh,
on, Chaos?
what's
what's
good?
up?
Good. What's good?
What's up, Aqua? I see.
First,
I hear Aqua in the background saying, Sandtown, Norfolk, P
P
Park,
Park Kites
Light,
on G Wild Lot Cherry Hill,
Cherry,
North Long and Dofield. I
If you're
still
Baltimore,
never, I still never got to learn the whole song. I just know halfway through the shit, and all the rest of the hoods I don't know.
if you're Baltimore, you know that song very well.
Yeah, the
That's
old
like the
school Baltimore.
that's the Baltimore that's the Baltimore city anthem right there.
Already.
So,
Let me say this, man. You know what? First and foremost, I'm gonna say a big ups to the live stream. Big ups to you, Charles, for this topic, wonderful topic. And number two, fuck K Michelle. And the reason why I said that, no, seriously, because when that bitch said all men are bad people, that shit really offended me, man. That shit offended me more than a white person making fun of me for being black because she attacked
mhm.
my gender. You know what I'm saying? And I said to myself, I said, listen, really all men are bad people? Were the men in New York City, those firefighters on 9/11, were they bad people when they risked their lives to go in them twin towers to rescue them people? Huh? Were they bad people? Because one of them said, somebody said, gentlemen, we may not live past today. This may be our last day on Earth. But did that stop them? No. They say, you know what? They need our help. So their need to rescue people overpowered their fear of dying. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because men we do things for the better cause of everybody. Because being a man is a thankless, selfless job, man. You know what I'm saying? And even though we're not pressed on being thanked, at least show us respect. If you to say some shit like that, bitch, you know what I'm saying?
But
That should
doesn't
take me off, man.
doesn't she have a son?
Her son already doesn't want nothing to do with the mother. Look at he already dating out. That's what that tells you. You fail as a mother if your son automatically.
And see, that's the problem. Why are men bad people? Like, what the fuck do we do to you? See, I love to hear from women who give us our due respect because guess what?
Yeah.
There are many of times I had to step in front of a lady. I'm not messing with her. I'm not dating her. I'm not having sex with her. She's not my relative.
Mm-hmm.
It's see, it reminds me like in my army days, man. They said, "Do you know the difference between the good guys and bad guys?" The bad guys use human shields. The good guys are the human shields.
Mm.
And it's funny because a lot of people got their panties out of bunch when Kevin Samuels came out with the high value man, and he was telling them the truth. If you want a man in the top 15, top 20, top 10, top 1%, this is what you're going to
Mm-hmm.
have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, a lot of you do not qualify for that man. Why don't you get why don't you get a productive man? Why don't you get an efficient man?
Right.
Why don't you get a man who's strong in his logic?
Right.
A man who's strong in his beliefs?
Right.
All these men are bad. See,
Wow.
it reminds me of being a police officer. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
remembers you when you let them go, when you could ticket them straight to hell. Nobody remembers you when you're grabbing little girls and boys out of a burning building.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers you when you stop a guy from robbing somebody at knife point and
Mm-hmm.
you chase him down and you pin him down to the ground. Everybody remembers you at your lowest.
Yeah.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah.
Guess what? People tried to say some foul shit about me years ago and didn't know me. Oh, that cop crooked. No, I'm not. When people did foul shit to me and I'm investigating, they try to, but you believe a motherfucker who's terrorizing the community over the person who's protecting it. What men are that bad? Because you like I said earlier, a lot of people want the bad boy in a suit. Ain't gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like that's like me saying I want a Megan Thee Stallion in a nice evening gown. I want to take Megan Thee Stallion. I want to take Megan Thee Stallion and have her meet Michelle Obama or Queen Elizabeth of England. I think Cardi B should be talking to one of the presidential candidates. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, so if you are looking for the low tier men or the low tier women, you're not gonna find something that makes sense. You're
Mm-hmm.
not gonna find something that is gonna raise the society forward. See, black society is on life support. Right now, what we're trying to do on these panels is give it an adrenaline shot. Trying to get that defibrillator, keep the beat, and the beat needs to keep going on.
Yeah.
What we like to do here is praise the women who are doing things properly. Praise the
Mm-hmm.
productive men. See, the productive and efficient men need to be with quality women. How many times have I said that?
A lot.
You barely, unless it's something, and then I'm one of the few people who actually keeps a difference between the types of men and the types of women. Oh,
Yeah.
you keep calling women this, keep doing that. What's up, Sarge?
Mm-hmm.
I said there's a difference. See, so when you actually come out there and people try to make myself, the fellas that we have on here, and the women in my panels and chats look like villains, something's the fuck wrong with you. Like, there are people who getting paid to keep us separate. I'm gonna tell you that now.
It's too many right now. A lot of outlets, the ones that's catering and telling bullshit to the opposite sex to keep you
And
separate.
exactly. There is no goddamn way no woman with her good goddamn sense should be listening to some goddamn K Michelle for some goddamn advice on women, on men.
But
She's a
Charles, but let's keep real. A lot of people are very much programmed to people that said have a sense of status because they have more money. So I should listen to you. I say why? I wouldn't even listen to you if it was the last person on earth because you have more money than me. What credibility you have? Oh, because you're able to extract resources from the average person to fund your lifestyle, or a community that really has money given to you to put you in front that you are the pinnacle of blackness.
mm-hmm,
Absolutely not. I would never do that. But it goes skin that a lot of our people have. I'm sorry to say it's self-esteem issues.
mm-hmm.
I tell you, if your life is not doing any half better, and you go through divorce, or you in a relationship where you're smashing past, you're not no authority to tell me about fucking relationships. If you're a
Yeah.
bitch.
And by the way, Aqua, um, Anthony Taylor shouts you out. He said excellent point about the fire department.
Yes, man. I mean, that documentary, man, I almost cried, man, because because those guys are real heroes, man. It takes a special type of person or mentality to do something like that, and with that situation, something like that don't happen every day, and for them to say that and still rescue people. Matter of fact, I heard people in the documentary saying if it weren't for that firefighter, I would not still be living, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I was trapped like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? And there was other men who worked in that building who actually helped rescue a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew the building how it was shaped. They rescued people, and they wind up losing their life. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit, like is something that you shouldn't disrespect, man. You know what I'm saying? That's like something that you should like, you know, take pride in and respect and see value in that shit. It's value in manhood. A lot of value in manhood. You know? Yeah.
I agree. I agree. So what else is on the panel? Let me see. I see a guy with the African. What's your name? I see this thing covering the name. African flag. Yes, African.
You mean me?
Yeah, yeah.
Miss,
Because Charles got the thing on the StreamYards blocking. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
oh,
yeah.
sorry.
That's
I was reading something, but I had to open up the door for somebody because you have to buzz people in with your IDs, and he forgot his ID. But go ahead. You're the same Miss Melanie from before, right?
Correct.
Hmm. How you
I
doing, love?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
All right.
You know me, I'm smoking and joking.
Much respect to the panel. Respect to you. I changed my profile for a minute. Still feel some kind of way about Chadwick
Okay.
Oh
partner.
yeah.
So yeah,
Oh yeah, that
but
hit us hard, man. You know, we gotta salute our black heroes, man.
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I just wanted to speak briefly. I think was it Aqua Dragon? Were you the one
Uh,
speaking on K Michelle?
yes, ma'am.
Not only her, I had a friend of mine that sent me with the passing of him, sent me a couple of posts. One was from Issa Rae, and the other
Yeah.
one was from Janelle Monet.
Mm-hmm.
I sent her two things back in response to those. One was an article about Issa Rae and the book that she wrote, stating that Black women should date Asian men.
Mhm.
And the other one was regarding Janelle Monet's post regarding Black men as being their mothers being hoes.
Yeah.
Um, just no respect. And these women, in the same breath, you talk about Black men, but here you are crying these Thanos tears over, Chadwick, over our Black Panther. Like, you don't have any right. You don't have any say. It's really how I feel about that. You don't have several seats. What are you? Are you married? Oh, that's right. You're not. Um, you feel because you have Ivy, league degree. You feel like because you're here, you have every right to speak on Black men as a whole. But you know, include Chadwick in that. Then don't
Mm-hmm.
cry these crocodile tears now. Now that he's gone. Uh, it's disturbing, and the fact that Issa Rae said the things that she said in her book, specifically that Black women want to date someone on an intellectual level, that Asian men would be the way to go, knowing that Asian men beat their women. But
Mhm.
hey,
Hey,
you
but no one
know,
really talks about that because they're the actual epitome of patriarchy. I tell people, anybody ever travel China, Japan? Dre did YouTube streams on this about lifestyle Japan. Ain't no joke down there.
right,
I'll say
that
this. I'll say this about the K Michelle thing. And anybody on the panel can agree or disagree. They can give their thoughts. See, K
Mm-hmm.
Michelle reminds me of a lot of women. And I'm not beating up on women because you can add men too. Not in the sense of dating them, but who they associate with in their lives. When you deal with men that are not positive in any way, that are not effective and efficient, that are not productive, you're going to get a different response. You're going to feel bitter about stuff. See, K Michelle really wants to date those ballers, those 100 octanes. Shout out to BGS Itmore.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, we got 29 likes. I know we could do better than that. I know
Yeah, man,
we can.
get the likes up, man.
Likes up,
Stop
man.
bullshit.
Yeah, man. I know I would tell
And,
the
and
moderators to keep sending likes, but I can only moderate so much. So just please,
yeah,
thank you guys.
and it's funny because were you looking for the man that you can that's on your level, or you looking for the man that supersedes you? Because it's like you're mad because the more beautiful women, the more feminine women are getting chose. What is it called when you do? I want everybody in the panel and on the chat to answer. What is it called doing the same thing every day expecting a different result?
Insanity.
Insanity.
delusional.
Yes.
Oh,
And
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 also delusional too. Yes. Oh.
Yes. And it's funny because when she deals around with these men, at some point, if you're having the same result with all these different types of men, eventually you got to say this one honest question: is it them or is it me? Do I believe that there are black men who need to step up? I'm the first motherfucker to tell you there ain't nothing that excuse you from being a man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I stand on that shit 10 toes down.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I will never tell a man to stay for nobody's bullshit and abuse either, just like I would tell a woman. So when
Exactly.
she's making this shit and she's raising all this shit, remember, you have a son. That son is not gonna like being black.
Mm-hmm. But we don't go in that,
Yeah.
bro. We don't talk about that. It said, well, the father should be around. And what happened? I said, listen. Are you the first teacher? Then you should probably instill enough teachings enough so your son not have to sway and look at the black community as a terrorist or something lesser. I'm not saying. But.
My man Sonny said to find the root cause of any problem, you should ask at least 7 times to find the root. And trust me, it's been asked more than 7 times. See, I'm not a woman. That's why we have a woman on the panel.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is it true how you see the men? That's how the world sees you, Melanie, Miss Melanie?
You said, is it true how the men?
How the women view their men, that's how the world's gonna view their men.
Very true.
So oh, go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You're fine.
Because when you look at it, let's look at the root cause. She talks about not being the pick of the guys. Guess what? She's only sensing what men go through their whole entire lives. Okay?
Right.
We had to go through this rejection in high school. Not all the girls wanted us, especially when you go through your little gangly pimple phase. Nobody looking at you.
You're right.
So when you find out that you're making your music and you're in these upper echelons, see, you gotta love yourself first before you can love anyone else.
Yeah.
Facts.
See, love is an internal emotion that nothing external can put within.
Mm. Deep. Real deep.
You can increase or decrease it, but you cannot put something in that does not exist.
Right.
And that's what she's facing. She does not love herself. And this is the part that I tell a lot of brothers out there. What's up, BMT? Woo! This is what I tell a lot of brothers out there. Well, the women ain't hard. I said, is that every woman? But these black women out here, is that every black woman? See, as a man, you're supposed to be on that journey to find a woman that's right for you any damn way.
Yeah. So basically, if you're a Steve Urkel, you gotta find your Myra and stop chasing these Lauras. You know what I mean? Real shit.
Exactly. Think about it. Why are you chasing Laura? Laura think you beneath her. See, and that's the problem right there for a lot of people in our goddamn community. What's up, Nameless? Woo!
Mm-hmm.
See, the problem is this. We think so low of ourselves that we still got to chase ghosts. See, ghosts are what you call intangible. Even if you catch it, you're never going to hold it. It's intangible. This whole time, people have been chasing, running around, trying to chase this ideal. The ideal man for Miss Melanie may not be the ideal man for the next woman. The ideal woman for Aqua may not be the ideal for me.
Right. You gotta stay in your lane. You gotta find the shape that you gotta find the shape that's the same as yours. If you're a triangle, fuck with triangle. Stop fucking with a circle.
Exactly. You're trying to put that square piece in that round hole.
And you cause more damage by trying to make it work. Huh.
Who we got? Gold Professor. What's up, Gold Professor?
Hey, what's happening?
You want to get on the conversation?
Uh, excuse me. Yeah, I truly enjoy building on these kinds of conversations. Um, my question would be, because you were speaking on Issa Rae in her book and saying she said, black women should, date Asian. You know, but my question would be, um, well, how productive would that be? I mean, how many of them? How many? Uh, how many Asian, Mexican, whatever it is, would choose to be with the? I mean, if it was like that, really like that, then it would be more black women with uh, Asian or whoever it be, would it not?
Yeah, but you got to remember, rule of thumb: majority of the people, an overwhelming majority of people, want to be with like people, like black men and women want to really be majority with black men and women.
Yeah,
So do
everybody in
white
their
people,
tribe goes with their tribe, and it's natural.
typically.
So that's the point. That's my point. See, uh, for that statement to be said, um, that would say, well, um, it doesn't matter, what you know the black woman has, this image or this persona of black woman has been displaying or has been placed on the black woman. Oh, you know, Asian or whoever uh, wants her. It doesn't matter her behavior.
hmm And that's if he wants her. Because guess
That
what?
boat where we're seeing the behavior, but we're put in a position where uh, they want us to accept their behavior, but they don't take that behavior to others. You know,
And
I,
it,
you know, I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's facts. It's unfortunate, um, because black men, you take all that and you take that black angry woman aggression. Meanwhile, she's smiling in massa, aka her boss man's face at work, like it's not a problem. Um,
Yeah, she's
you know,
comfortable.
it's oh, go ahead. I was gonna say, but it's like it's the mammy complex. You work in the big house all day, smiling and greeting, and then when you get home, you're ruling with the iron fist. And
Right.
that's they played into that. It's on autopilot now.
oh yeah. And then they wonder why men are staying away from them like repellent. It's the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
thing for the dudes. Like, oh, I want a woman to do all this and do all that. What's one of the simp commandments I always put out? Don't ask for something you can't produce yourself. And this is the part. Well, the men need to step up. Then you got to step down because I'm trying my best not to step over you.
Mm.
Yeah, move out the way.
Because in order for me to be the leader, I need to make consequences. And I'm not talking about physical, but leaving your ass in the dust and leaving you where the fuck you are is the biggest consequence that you'll ever take.
Yeah.
I had to do that with my son's mother. You could go about your business, just leave my son here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And people be like, "Well, it's not that easy." Yes, it is because a lot of brothers. I gotta knock the brothers a little bit. You got to start from a position of power.
Yes. Always.
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 You got to before you get any Number one, why are these brothers moving into chicks? A woman sees you as two ways, either the man or as a child. That's only two.
Hmm.
You moving in with her, you have no power.
Exactly.
Even if you
Yes.
pay bills, the words get the fuck out, and what do you do?
You're
Because
gonna
if you don't
fuck
live
up,
there,
or they're gonna or call police.
Exactly.
Get
but
your
yet,
ass fucked up.
but when it's your place, they act differently.
Yes.
So a lot of times, a lot of these brothers who complain, you got to be in a position. Like I would say it
Mm-hmm.
hell. If you like, I would. People be like, "Yo, if you were the dictator." It was funny. Me and my ex had a joke. We always joke about shit being dictators. I
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, my name will be Emperor Charles. Yes, normally when you get the throne, you usually change your name, but ain't no cooler fucking royal name than Charles. If Emperor if Emperor Charles was in control of America, one, we would change it. We would change the name to Faulknerdom, and then two, number one, we would get rid of no fault divorce.
Hmm.
Oh, matter of fact, we'll do you one better. You can leave, but you can't take shit with you.
Hmm.
Whatever y'all buy together, y'all split up. But I want him to pay child support. No, 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 no. You will both have. You will both share custody. The child will be with you for 1 week. The child will be with him the other week. Shut the fuck
Mm-hmm.
up and get out my courts.
Yeah, no bullshit.
Mm.
But what about child support? Motherfuckers, guess what we're going to do? We got that solved. Here's a card for you. Here's a card for you. Each time you get paid, $200 off of your card, and your card is going to go in that shit. And you can only use it for the child only.
Hmm.
It's not for your tune up for your car
Not for your weed.
unless your child predominantly uses it to get back and forth. It's
No,
not
Mm-hmm.
for
not
your
for your
wine.
weed. It's not for your weave.
It's not for your
Yeah.
weave. It's not for Deuce Jordans.
Hmm.
It's not for your
it's not
nails. It's not for
it's not
your
for
brand new
it's,
Louboutin purse. It's
Or
not
for your
for
it's,
girl
your
trips, none of
it's,
that
red
it's
bottom
not
bullshit. Yeah.
shoes. Yeah,
it's,
none of
it's
that.
not for home. It's not for homeboy's Rolex watch. It's not for her fucking red bottoms. It's for that fucking child.
Yeah.
And, every time I make rules like that, they be like, "Yeah, we should make you emperor." but
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's funny because guess what? If it's not about raising families, then what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well. It's just like King Solomon. Well, no, that's not our baby. That's my baby. Okay, give me the sword. I'll cut it in half. You can both have a part. No, and you find out who really cares. I don't want my child to be harmed. Just give her the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can appreciate child support.
Yeah.
Going into court, uh, being looked at as the one who's supposed to do everything. Yeah, give her the money. She can do whatever. I can appreciate child support. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mm-hmm.
sarcastically, right?
Yeah.
What's up, Lionel? Woo!
Yeah.
I
What's
truly,
up, to
I truly
What's
believe
up,
that.
to Triv? Woo!
Uh,
Eli, what's up, man? But I'm sorry, finish. I'm just acknowledging people. Go.
I truly believe that. Um, you know, when you decide to take care, your child, that's some man
Mm-hmm.
stuff right there. You know what I mean? Uh, if the woman is saying, "Oh, I want child support," she's on some child stuff. Whereas as the man, you're saying, "Look, I'm going to take care of this child because I had a part to do with this." And women, some, I'm not going to say all, but we've seen that women tend to want to drag you through the course because they have some reservation about you not wanting to be with them. But you saying I'm gonna take care of this child, but I'm not gonna take care of you because you be on some different type stuff. Then it's a problem.
Exactly.
She's got to be dedicated now for 18 years to cause you problems instead
Exactly.
of saying, okay, you know what, we're going to take care of this child. Um, Instead of putting energy into that, we're going to put energy into uh, you can't do this, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I only speak from experience. L. I mean, I paid child support and still was buying shoes every other weekend. Uh, Helping her try to take care of herself because uh, she was making these decisions that wasn't conducive to the care of the child nor herself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the asinine thing. I look at child support. If you got to get money from me, wouldn't it make sense to give me the child? Since you're
Duh.
saying
Logically speaking, but they
like
say
it,
mothers are better suit for the kids.
no, they're not, because you need both. At a certain time, the mother is going to be the one who teaches that child culture and social norms.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask my ex, she says, "Well, women don't get urges to have children."
Yes,
I
they do.
said, "I said,
What?
I remember, this is a motherfucker with two 4-year degrees, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
didn't finish my degree. I was like, you do know your hormones kick in at a certain age where you're gonna get what's called commonly known as baby fever. Well, I'm horny all the time. You know why? You don't have a kid. That horniness is saying, hey, we want a baby and we want it now. Just like men. Why do men want to procreate with everything? Because we got millions of sperm that says, let me out, let me out. I'm ready to go, coach. Put me in the game.
Yeah.
That's how the human body, like, uh, fellas and Miss Melanie, I swear to God, there's a difference between educated and intellectual. I swear to every goddamn thing in this world.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, panel and chat. There's something about being. I'd rather be an intellectual than just educated because I'm not going to hear the indoctrinate. Well, people tell you that you have to have babies. No, you don't. We actually gave you your right, your body, your choice. You don't have to have a baby. But guess what's going to happen when you reach right before you reach your limits of your fertility? That fucking hormonal shit gonna eat at you. And you're gonna be trying to fuck everything in your world to get a baby. And guess what? This is the shameful part. You're gonna get a baby, and hopefully you don't get a child by somebody who can't take care of it.
Right. Yeah.
And
That's
then
exactly it.
and then you're gonna be on some K Michelle shit that niggas ain't shit.
Yeah.
It's like
You know,
if I sleep with a woman who's a lady of the night, and I know that she has more bodies than Arlington National Cemetery, and I said, I'm going to make this woman my wife. Was that a smart move on my behalf? Hell no.
No, it was not. No, it was not. Yeah.
So what
you
do you
know,
think about it? So what do you think about it, Miss Melanie?
Mm. Where to begin? Um, well, that goes back to time because men, as men, you have time. You know, you can. Oh, I'm gonna sound raw when I say this. You can keep till you die, till you take your last breath. But women, that biological clock starts ticking, and we don't have the same kind of time. Um, and that I think can sometimes play into those decisions that a lot of these women make. And then back what you were saying earlier about some of those decisions that they make and the choices that they make. If you've been in 3 or 4 bad relationships, you have to take a step back at that point and look and say, hey, you know these I'm getting the same type of men, and you also have to realize that if you're a good woman, Those may have not been classified as men, but that still means you have to take accountability and responsibility to change yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There's no in between of that. Yes, okay, they may have made those mistakes, or they may have not been up to par, but that's where you have to know the difference. You can't play the victim the whole time.
I
But
feel
yeah,
so glad Miss Melanie's up here to say you can't play the victim all the time. It doesn't that give you doesn't that make your chest poked out and be like, you know what? Shit.
it's something
Yeah.
that I had to learn. It's nothing overnight, unfortunately. Not going to say all of my personal experiences, but I've been on that end. I have, I have two daughters. I have a son, and me and me and their father, we have joint custody. I walked away with that, and at the end of the day, that's what I wanted. I don't, and it's hard because a lot of these people, a lot of these men, I should say women more so, but a lot of our Black men and women, they don't take the time to realize that once you conceive, once you bring a child into this world, it's no longer about you. All
Mm-hmm.
your dreams, all your aspirations, all that's put on hold, pause. We got to take care of this child. And that should be your first concern. Um, for a lot of these hyenas, that's just not the case. I remember Outcast, let her know her grandchild is the baby, not a paycheck. And that's a lot. It says so much. That's what they're looking for. And you're right. Charles, like it should be laws where it should just be joint. There should be no child support involved. Whatever you came with is what you should be leaving with. And if you, in that matter of time, you didn't acquire, you didn't strive to gain anything, that should not be on the other person. Should not be on the man.
Exactly. And it's
I have
and
a
it's not
question.
saying I'm making excuses for legitimate deadbeat dads. Not making excuses for that. Because a lot of motherfuckers, there are some motherfuckers who just don't want to pay child support so they don't have to do shit. We're not talking about them lazy bastards. We
I
talking
love
about
a good
dudes.
heaven cake, bro, and eat it too. Let's keep it 100, bro.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
There are
Right,
some
because
dudes out there who do that. And
I
but
have a
then
question.
but the majority of them, the majority are Black men that are taking care of their responsibilities. And those are the ones that are getting hit up. Those are the ones that are getting hit with the alimony, hit with the child support, hit with all of that.
Mm-hmm.
These
yeah,
deadbeats are the ones that are running around and the man is not in their life. Let's be
exactly.
real.
Yeah.
The
Exactly. Because
little,
a
excuse
deadbeat
me. Oh, go
oh
ahead.
go ahead. You preaching, girl. Preaching. Come on now. Get the
No,
sermon.
I was gonna cuss for a minute, but basically these little fuck boys, dope boys that's running around, they don't get the man put in their life,
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
because they slide money here and there. But let a man that's educated, that's been taking care of his family, providing the best way he knows how. He may not have a Fortune 500 company. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He may be
mm,
flipping burgers at McDonald's, but he's working on being the manager. He may
mm.
own 6 chains in 15 years' time. You don't know that. But here it is, you know, here's Laquanda, I don't know, whoever, oh, you missed that payment. I need to get this $40. Well, I don't have it this week. I get paid next week. You know what? My friend already told me to put you on child support. It never
Wow.
fails. And
What?
and
Bad.
it's a lot of that, the same way that, these women, they talk, you know, secretively. And what's even worse, I will say this, and then I'll shut my mouth. But um, some of these females, a lot of these females, will have men already in their lives, and some of these, I won't call them men, I'll say niggas. Some of these niggas are whispering in their ear as well. Hey, why doesn't Your baby daddy pay child support. Don't you think he ought to pay child support? So
Well, well.
you got that, and you got these hyenas, and and this man has been faithfully, making sure that he's giving you money. But all of a sudden, because you got these, vultures in your ear, you take them to the court, and then you left with what you get,
I
and
have
there's
a
no more
question.
money coming.
Ooh.
Oh, hey, I need this for, you know, um, little Ray Ray's birthday. You get that every month. Well, I thought I could. You get that every month. It's a whole lot, man. We could touch on that, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Girl,
gonna
you
be
about to
quiet
have
now.
girl, you about to have the tambourines and the organ playing good.
And check this out, guys. Child support is for absent fathers, not fucking failed relationships. See, that's another
Well,
thing that we gotta
well.
get that shit straight. Oh, cause he
Right.
broke my heart, he left me. I'm gonna get him back for leaving me. Especially if you put up a much prettier chick, I'm gonna put him on child support uh, for that dumbass reason. Not because he wasn't not taking care of his kid. Make that make sense, man.
Well,
That's right.
I'm about to start getting the tandem. Man, y'all about to have a goddamn choir in back of me and shit instead of these crickets
Can y'all
sitting
hear me?
outside. Oh yeah, go ahead, bro.
Oh, okay. I know about, but my
Nah, y'all,
question
I had to
is,
stop y'all. Y'all were preaching, but they don't
yes,
feel
sir.
you though. They don't feel you though. Keep going, keep going.
My question is, let's remove all the, education degrees and blah blah blah, and just speak
Mhm.
to experience. Let's speak to experience, right? Um, how is it that you know women would have all the experience and express their points and all, and we hear their points and things, but when we speak our points, uh, it means nothing. It's like you know what their experience is counts and what our experience doesn't count. Help me understand that.
Because you're not a human being. You're still three fifths of a man.
Mm.
Mm, mm,
Wow.
You're
mm.
still you're supposed to be throwing mountains out the way and then go back to being Prince Adam, He Man. You're not supposed to be great. See, the problem I keep telling you what the goddamn problem is. Too many women want to be in front, but they get more when they play a good second in command. Why can't you be the executive officer and I'm the company commander?
Right, right.
Why? Why? Because you're getting more out of it. Think about it. Nicole Ali, the scientist supreme. I'm gonna make sure that nickname sticks for her.
Yes.
She's proudly, just like Melanie, she's proud to get off work to fix her man a meal. You never hear her complain, I work so hard that she can't. No. And I'm pretty sure Melanie's like that. I go to work, I do what I gotta do. Shit, she's like, if hell, if I'm tired, I'm picking up. What you want, baby? See, see, we make so many goddamn excuses not to be grown ass people. So
Mhm.
many. I'm just
Yeah.
watching this guy coming to the district, and I mean, he doing some 21 Jump Street shit.
Hey, you know what? Listen, um, I had a conversation with a woman, right? And she got her place and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, that's beautiful. Okay, okay. So I go to ask her. I said, do you have any other means to maintain your roof, right? Because you got your place. I'm trying to build something with her. She say, yeah, I don't really understand what you're saying. And I'll say, okay, okay, okay. So I asked her, uh, is your job loyal to you? So she says, yes, my job is loyal to me. I have this, I have that. I'm part of the union. See, you miss the whole thing because I stopped her. I said, "Hey, look, there's no job that's loyal to you. See, you. My point is, I'm trying to get you to see that, okay, you got your roof. To maintain your roof, you should be thinking on these because you're an older person now. Things happen now. This should be in your mind to put yourself in a position where as if this, the potential of this happening, well, you still can maintain your roof. My point is, I'm speaking to how men think, how we tend to prepare. We've always been, especially the black man. The black man has always had to be one who's had to prepare. Now, of course, like Charles, we're not speaking to those who do not think on that page. Those who just desire to do nothing. We're not speaking to them. We're speaking to the black man that historically has been in a position to have to make things happen. He's had to do those jobs that nobody's wanted to do. He's had to come home to the battle. He's had to hold down 2-3 jobs to make one income. That's what we're speaking to, right? Now, if that person can't see, if she is struggling to see what we're talking about, what I'm talking about, we have to question, like, what are you doing? Now, even if you're in disagreement, even if she's in disagreement of, what, if I'm speaking something to the benefit of your life, because it turned into a battle. it turned into a battle. Like, why would you battle something that we're speaking to that will help your life, that'll help you keep your roof? Why would you battle that? You understand what I'm saying?
A lot of them weren't raised with fathers, and a lot of them don't know that word no. You ever notice that when you tell a woman no?
Yeah.
Or that she can't do something and how she reacts to that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most powerful word a man can have when it comes to a woman. Most powerful word.
Well, you got to realize something. See, women are what I like to call the beautiful dreamers. That's why they're inspirational. See, men, we keep it in the logical. Not saying women, not saying that's every woman, but this is the typical. This is the majority, okay? See, that's why we work so well together, and why we have logical, masculine, feminine, beautiful, spirited people on this panel. You don't hear us saying, "Oh, all these bitches, all this." No, 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 no. The only time we probably even cuss is describing the people we don't want to be like, the people who are bringing the community down.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
It is crazy because when people say, "How do we fix the community?" Conversations like this.
Exactly.
Where we can see, I'm giving fellas examples of black women who are not out there. I'm giving the ladies examples of functional black men, efficient black men. I'm giving you feminine and quality black women. So when people be like, well, the black man needs to build, and my answer to that, the black woman just need to hand us the shovel, the chisel, and the bricks.
Bada bing, bada boom. And sit back, watch us work.
Yeah, shut up. Shut up.
You know, when you got like a Nicole Ali, a China White, or a Miss Melanie telling you, "Hey, baby, you could do it." I don't give a fuck what they say. You can do it. You gonna be a brick building motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's how the community. When she just wants joint custody, you want to hear women to preach and tell other women out there listening. Why you taking them to child support? Is that man not a good father? We might not have worked out, but why am I going to ruin the relationship between his children?
Exactly.
Right,
Right.
right, right, right.
I
Like,
I will say this too because I'll speak on that briefly. I was married for 16 years, so yes, yeah. I took a step back, but yes. Uh, so and I take full accountability and responsibility in things that were done and were not done. But I can't stress enough how important it is that these Black women understand what they're doing to their children,
They
how
don't
they
care,
looked.
Melody.
I know.
They don't
It's
care. See, one
it's
thing. Let me say something. If the states were put in the rule where they put mandatory in the law, where it said, if you have on the average one more than one child, you are making an obligate to get no form of financial assistance at all. I guarantee a lot of women will be start killing these babies left and right.
Mhm.
And
mm,
it said just that one child. If you have one and you get knocked in, let's say they're not gonna push no mail, or the state's gonna be involved to financially help with the child. Period. These babies will be dying left and right.
in all honesty, they already are though.
Oh yeah, but I'm
Look
telling
at
you, it would die more if they put that in. Because see, some of them it's like it's better to have something than nothing. And to me, that don't make no damn sense because now you have a human being that's gonna be underdeveloped, 0 for 18 years, and they're gonna be the same problems that you fucking suck.
Well, they'll be forced to make a different decision.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
yeah,
And they would be in a position where they have to recognize
hmm
uh, what the difference between what their emotions are saying and
Yeah.
then speak to what the reality of what their life will be. You know,
hmm
those kind of decisions had to be made. That's what would happen.
yeah.
you know what just dawned on me? Everybody on the panel in the chat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the word you just said right there. A lot of these women out there do not like masculine authority and leadership because hard decisions have to be made.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's funny. As long as you let a lot of these modern women run wild, they're happy, they're blissful. But when you have to rein them back into the, yes, that is your job. You got to rein them back. When you rein them back, you're like, wow, you can't tell me what to do. Why? Nobody told me what to do. That's why.
Mhm. Yeah.
I
It's
would
the
just
same thing.
refer to as an angry man.
It's
Okay.
the same when you look at these fellas, these the real deadbeat dads,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
nobody gave them the responsibility and said, "No, motherfucker, you're gonna be responsible today." You have a lot of these guys out here, not a lot, but enough, who never took care of their kid. You know who did? It was his mother, his sister. Well,
right.
you know, he never had a father in his life. The same shit I told that woman. Does that excuse him from being a fucking man? Just like I would tell a woman, does that excuse you from being a lady? Well, I'm taking care of these children by myself. Well, if the other parent died, would you not be taking care of the child by yourself?
Exactly.
Yeah, why is she taking care? It ain't. See, it goes back into the other side of the story. I think it was said a little bit earlier. We have to question. Well, why? Because it couldn't be. Oh well, he just left. He didn't want to take care of the kids. It couldn't always be that talking point. It can't. He
And,
was
and,
abusive. He
and,
was
then-
abusive.
and then
It can't always.
it's just as funny when when the chick has multiple kids by somebody else. If she has two kids by two different fathers, what they were both abusive?
Right,
They both walked out.
right.
And and it used to be so hard. Like people will believe this shit.
You got four baby daddies. What? You got four baby daddies? But and none of them decide to stay with you. But he was abusive. Uh, he didn't want to care for me. It was him. It was them.
I'm like,
Zero self-respect.
Yeah.
That's what that is. I used to
mm,
pride myself on that. Being married, not only being married to a black man, and all three of my children were by the same black man. And
mm.
these women today do not understand that. These females today do not understand that. They pride themselves on WAP. That's what they pride themselves
Yeah.
on. Just out the window. And they don't. You cannot love someone if you don't know how to love yourself.
Yeah.
People
Mm.
say treat others how you want to be treated. Some people
Mhm.
don't even know how to treat themselves.
Exactly. That I swear to God, one day I want everybody to be on the panel when we talk about mental illness in the black community.
Oh yes, there's a lot of it. A
Ooh.
whole lot of it.
Because I'm gonna tell you what, I will put my hypothesis out here right now. A lot of this dysfunction that we see in this community and the black society is due to mental illness.
Yes.
You cannot you cannot convince me of the fuckery and bullshittery. Yes, that's a word. I made it. Uh, that I would go to calls and I would see the whole house dysfunctional. Children yelling and screaming, dancing. Woman doesn't woman doesn't want the father to get the kids.
Mhm.
Father says, "Fuck it, I'm leaving."
Mm.
The goddamn mother's a curmudgeon. The dude's so beat over the head he doesn't know what to do. And I'm like, do you know how many times I had to sit an entire family down on couches and shit and talk to them like I'm a goddamn psychiatrist? See, there's a
Mhm.
reason why police hats have 8 points because you have 8 different jobs sometimes. 1 minute you're the law enforcement officer, 1 minute you're the preacher, 1 minute you're the parent, 1 minute you're the disciplinarian, 1 minute you're the psychiatrist. Like, I'm just like, I had to tell the dude, number one, you need to grow some fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Number two, ma'am, you need to calm the fuck down. Nobody trying to deal with no fucking spoiled ass wannabe brat. And from the looks of it, you ain't got shit to be spoiled about. Two,
Damn. God damn.
like you think I'm lying? One day I'm gonna get one of my partners over here, and he'll tell you the first day he came on the street and he was with me on a call. And it was like 15 to 20 people in the house fighting and carrying on. And he says, I will never forget this day. He said, I'll be 1,000 years old and I'll never forget this shit. He said, Faulkner came up in there and yelled up, hey, the hell y'all doing? Goddamn nasty ass house. How you gonna invite somebody to your nasty ass house and it's fucking spaghetti on the fucking ceiling? How the fuck do you have footprints on the goddamn ceiling?
Who said
Like, what are y'all?
spaghetti?
He said, before you invite people to your house, because we're guests, clean the hell up. He said, man, I thought we were about to be in a fight with the family. And he like, oh shit, everybody's cleaning up. And it's funny because the amount of dysfunction, you cannot tell me it's not from mental illness. I swear to every goddamn
Mm-hmm.
thing. I swear to it. It's like out of my, let me see, September 18th, I'll be in my 14th year. Ah, shit, what did I do with my life? I got one more month to be on this promotion list. Hopefully, I get it this way or this next go around. Since I took the test again, I'll get promoted. Shit, give me my goddamn chevrons,
So
man.
what you going to make if you get promoted, Charles?
Sergeant.
Uh, that's what's up.
And I'll be
It's
like,
taking 14 years to get sergeant. Is that how it works?
no, no, no. You can take the test in 3 years, but I ain't want to be sergeant in 3 years. Maybe I should have because that's when people actually like me. When I was ass kicking and all kinds of shit, but no, I had too much fun in patrol. That's why. It was too. I was having too much fun, on foot chases and fights and shit. It was like being a, it was like being a superhero, except you're not an end game and shit.
Mm.
Shit. I should have sued them for that one line when one of your partners fighting somebody and they can't handle 'em. Like duck,
Mm-hmm.
why? On your left, clothesline. Shit.
God damn.
Oh, trust me. One day I'm just gonna entertain y'all with just Uncle Charles and a silly ass army/police stories. I'm gonna do the stand up routine, and I'm gonna say this is gonna be called reality because it's true. It's not just
Mm-hmm.
comedy. Oh man,
Oh,
oh
I gotta
I'll
go
tell you,
see.
it's some people are just funny, and city of Baltimore, people are just funny, man. We had this one call
Yeah.
where we were calling about a possible B&E, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this woman's in like literally all black Victoria's Secrets lingerie,
What the fuck?
and she's talking to us like she has full clothes on.
Yeah.
And you know how you got to be a professional. You can't make any, and you're like it was so funny because we were so used to it. After a while, a few minutes talking to her, we just didn't even notice she was in lingerie anymore.
Mm.
And it wasn't like she was an ugly woman. She was built like Lisa Ray in Players Club.
Oh shit. Oh damn. I would have probably been distracted too. Shit.
Oh, trust me, we got funny stories. I'm sure. I know Miss Melanie's new to the channel, but she'll be laughing after my ass after a while, if not
Oh, I'm
already.
laughing now. I'm just muting my mic.
And
Hey,
then me,
I will catch y'all on the next stream, man. I
oh
gotta
man,
get up to go to work tomorrow.
hey, salute. Thank you for your input. It's always a pleasure, man.
Hey, I appreciate and will continue to support the channel, man.
We appreciate you, man.
And perhaps one day I can get a wrench, Uncle Chuck.
I just gave you one.
What? What? I can come in there and be the law.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You gotta get to be the law, like my man say, break the law. We ain't playing. Break the law. We ain't. Yes, I do listen. I don't just listen to. Sometimes I do have a ratchet side.
Yes, sir.
Uh-uh.
Yes, sir. But hey, I'll catch y'all on the next run, man. Morning.
All right, man. Peace, man.
All right.
Peace.
And
Woo.
Miss Melanie, I welcome you as well. Yes. All right.
Oh man, Miss Melanie can come to my panel any goddamn time, man.
Yeah.
And every time I love it when you and Nicole Ali come up here, man. That's normally I'm much more hospitable as I am now, but when when that jackass insulted you and Nicole, I was heated. I was so heated.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Nicole Ali. She's awesome. Um, yeah, that was. What did I say? I think I said bitch be gone. Yeah, just whole lot of just nothing there.
Yeah,
It,
it's funny because there's an old saying on YouTube. You made it when you get trolls.
mm,
And
You
it was
made it.
funny because I was purposely gonna be like, you know what, fellas, we're gonna meet up and let the ladies talk. And
Mm-hmm.
she was being so disorderly and so disruptive. I'm like, you can't say that I didn't give you an option to talk to the ladies.
Oh yeah, I was a pick me that day.
I
Oh yeah,
picked
You
me.
talking about what's her name, Charles? I don't want to say her name. The one with the T, start with a T.
I forgot what her name was. You know, with the $5
um,
cap and gown because she
Liliana,
graduated from clown college.
Oh shit. God
Liliana,
dang.
I think her name was
Yeah,
some
you know,
troll. I
she
don't
was
know.
just rude, man. Oh
She
yeah,
was, and the sad part is no amount of degree, no amount of makeup or ass injections is still gonna get you to get chosen.
Exactly.
I'll be a pick me any day. Like I told you
Yes.
before, Charles, I ain't no John, I ain't no dime, but I can make change. And
Mm.
I just, it's not a matter of getting picked; it's a matter of who I choose. And
Go ahead.
oh no, go ahead. You're fine.
Oh no, I was about to say, see, and women like you are well, women who are of worth, who are worthy because you realize your power is in your femininity, your power is in your true womanliness. And then with that being said, you can get decent men, if not men in general, and also you can get further in life than women who are like the women y'all talking about, abrasive, disrespectful, just so damn challenging and all that shit. So that's when and that's what a lot of women don't realize. Their power is in your femininity, not masculine.
Mm-hmm.
Right, right. But they say you can catch more flies with honey. So
Uh huh. Hell yeah.
exactly. I mean, think about it. Those women wish they could be married for 16 minutes, not just 16 years.
Yeah.
yeah,
And pretty much, I'm pretty sure you got guys saying, "Hey, I wanna be your husband number two." Shit.
and that's where I've had to learn. I'm not, again, I'm not perfect. No one is, but you got to learn these things. You got to take a step back and reevaluate yourself at the end of the day. And that's
Mm,
where a lot of us women, a lot of black women fall short in that
Mm-hmm.
category. Majority.
Mm-hmm.
You're too busy hung up on the past. True enough, you gotta but you also have to reevaluate the past.
Right.
Something's not right. When you baking a cake, you cooking with salt or you cooking it with sugar.
mm,
Mm.
And then
Powerful.
are you following the directions? I follow directions every single time I made it. Okay, but then if it's your grandma's recipe,
Yeah.
grandma didn't measure.
mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
everything she did was with what? With love, time, and patience. So doesn't matter. You got the ingredients right there. You could follow it to the T. But at the end of the day, if you're not, if it's still coming out wrong, there's something that you're missing, and you have to take a step back. Well, what did Big Mama do? What did Grandmama do when she made this? Oh yeah, I remember now. She put this little extra something over here.
No, she put her hand and said, "This is the right weight, darling. Put this right here.
You know, she
Put that
took
spice."
time and effort. She
Right.
she made it. See, what did they used to say back in the day, Miss Melanie and fellas? She made it with love.
Mm.
Yeah. And she put her foot in
Mm-hmm.
it.
Put a foot in it.
Yeah.
It's no difference than a man coming home from work and he bringing his woman flowers. Yes. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
wait a wait a minute, Miss. Wait a minute, Officer Foley. You give women flowers? Yes, that's why you
No,
don't
no,
have
no.
one.
Not women. You give ladies flowers.
You give. Oh,
See.
excuse me. I'll take that correction. I don't mind being
Yeah.
corrected. Oh, you give ladies flowers? Yes, that's why you never been around any.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Let me go back to my commission. Well, a real well, I'm not a man who give women flowers. That's why they stay away from you.
Yeah, cause
Mm-hmm.
you're dry as everything else. You make the pussy dry.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Think about it. You know what? You want to make a woman happy out of nowhere. I don't want to be too vulgar, but as much as a lady as you are, Miss Melanie, you definitely one of the fellas. Especially when she came up with her sayings, I thought I was Ric Flair up to this motherfucker. She styled and profiled all that shit. It was so funny. I remember my ex out of nowhere. I just sent her some flowers. I just had them delivered to her job. This big fucking four long stem, no birthday, no nothing. Four big ass long stem, 4 dozen long stem roses. Phew. Jesus
Mm.
Christ. You know what
Yeah.
happened that night?
What?
She
You made
showed up
another
in my
baby.
damn near. she showed she showed up at my house with a church coat and a smile.
Oh shit! Damn.
And she up and gave you that work of God.
The work of the
Man,
goddess. The work of the goddess. She like, oh my
you know,
god, nigga.
Work of
I ain't
God.
gonna lie. She put in one of them 5-star fucking Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels WrestleMania main event matches on my ass. I ain't gonna lie
God.
to you. I
God
mean, god
damn.
damn.
Oh, she did a Mortal
Damn.
Kombat. Finish him.
Yeah.
Like Sharkard, I can't do it. I'm already dead.
Oh my God, fatality.
Oh
Like, god
shit.
damn, motherfucker showed up at my house with nothing but heels, trench coat, and a smile. Like,
Ain't that a
I
motherfucker?
say, hey, daddy.
so when people talk about, hey, well, what about game? You ain't need game if you got style.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who said that? Shit, some motherfuckers need to be bilingual in both English and love. Okay.
Mm.
See, the problem is that when you do things out the kindness of your heart, you'll get repaid tenfold, which means 100 times in the Bible.
Exactly.
See, a lot of these brothers, well, I'm not giving this woman that. What you put into the universe, you're gonna get out. See, I didn't have to play, Jeffrey Osborne. Where did we go wrong? Too many times.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
some guys out there pride themselves out of being a one and done. Nah, nigga, I'm a repeat offender.
Mm.
I
God
thought
damn.
I said it's one thing when you capture. I remember like my ex. She's a sergeant now. She got promoted before me because she was higher on the list. Congratulations to her.
That's
I
good.
remember when she tried to talk to my homeboy. You see Mike in here sometimes, and she was like, "He only liked me for my body." I said, "No, sweetheart. I like you for the essence of you. Something that you cannot even obtain nor explain." Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you know what,
Yeah.
Charles?
And the
I
smile on
told
her face could have eat her. She could have swallowed her ears with the smile she had on her face.
yeah. And you know what, Charles? Adding to that, I told China White, I said, listen, your femininity is so pure and so intense that some men will pay you for that versus your what you got between your legs because you
Mm-hmm.
bring more to the table and it's like what the fuck is this, you know what I'm saying? You are a way above average type of woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why do you
Yeah.
think why do you think people are so drawn to a Nicole Ali, to a China White, to a Char Willie, to a Miss Melanie? Just listen to their voices. Don't they sound soft and feminine?
Yes. Yes.
And it's like I'm kind of forcing her to talk more because I'm just like, God, it's soothing.
Right.
There's something about just the essence, and there's your conversation is everything. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick Lamar, conversation rules a nation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you if you don't have good conversation, if I can't talk to you about anything, then it's a wrap. Um, I it kills me. I I've dated since that time, and it's funny. You have some men like, wow, I could just talk to you for hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it shocks me because I'm like, you haven't done this before. I'm not gonna get into all the particulars, as I've been in another relationship since then, but uh, it's a lot of No, I've never's
Yeah.
for
Mm-hmm.
black men, and
Mm-hmm.
it it shocks me. I'm like, you ain't never you ain't never had sex in the shower.
Oh
What?
shit.
Something as simple as that. Like, well, you ain't never.
Oh my God, you
Oh,
brought back.
okay.
Oh my God, you brought. Oh my God, you brought back memories. Especially at my old house where I had a window in the shower too. Man, it gave you leverage. Never mind. I'm so.
Oh my god.
But it's like that's why I said there's so many things. And what you spoke on, Charles, about flowers, and flowers come in more ways than one. Not just the
Mm-hmm.
not just the physical flowers. You know, I want to say shout out to Kendra, the Crimson Cure, because something she said the other day that, like real men, they push their women, and keep in mind these are women, these are ladies. They you need that encouragement and
Mm-hmm.
that upliftment, but we've also got these quote unquote hyenas that are out there that feel that they're entitled,
Yeah.
and you know
Mm.
it's it's a thin it's a thin line then, because it can't be one-sided.
Right.
Your man bringing you flowers, telling you that you're beautiful, saying, hey, you know thinking about going back to school, you should go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, you smell good, what you cooking, all of those things. And it's like a lot of them feel like they have to have that money in hand. You have to have something physical in order to show that appreciation, and you don't. And meanwhile, your man is sitting over there. All he wants is a thank you. All he wants is a
Yeah.
home cooked meal. All he wants is a hey, baby, how was your day?
Mm-hmm.
Greet
Exactly.
him with a smile and a kiss. Be his
Yes.
oasis at the end of the day
Oh
Mm.
man, you preaching
when
now.
Damn.
when he comes
See,
Preaching like
home.
a yeah.
you
You know,
Yes.
women don't know how much a shoulder rub, Jesus, would make the sins of the world go away. All the iniquities of earth just melt away. Like I said it before, and I'm glad you pointed that out, because I'm gonna say this to a lot of brothers out there. If because I have an issue with people talking about you need game, you need this. One, you need to be yourself. No, let me back up. Let me correct myself. One, you need to love yourself.
Yeah.
yes.
Because a woman sees a man, I'm not saying being infatuated or be narcissistic. You need to love yourself. Like, women always joke with me, you can't dance. I said, hell no, I'm just eye candy, baby. And just make them laugh. And just make them
Yeah.
laugh. And it was so funny because it's like when you have that magnetic personality, you always gonna attract stuff. See,
Mm-hmm.
there's a reason why we play smooth jazz and shit. Y'all like the Mr. Perfect in the beginning, right? And seeing
I,
who got it.
I
And
miss
and and then when you just go to the playback and you hear the jazz and you hear these old songs I play, because you got to set the mood for shit. See, a lot of people need to listen to some fucking Maze featuring Frankie Beverly, man. And it's funny because one of my coworkers, she just turned 24, and when I mean bad, she's bad. Like I always look at her and be like, you can easily model, right? I actually told her you could probably be drooling in your bed, spit coming out your nose, crusting your eye, and at that moment and you're still like at 8.5. Like,
Mm.
how the fuck do you look better than most people sleep than they do when they
God damn.
belly when we leave? She was like, oh my god, oh, you a grown ass man, huh?
There's nothing wrong with it.
And that's what people love it. Now, since we going up into the almost the 2 hour and 41 minutes, we're
I'm
gonna
back.
continue this.
Sorry. Yeah.
We're gonna continue this one. We're gonna get some last thoughts, ladies first, Miss Melanie. Then we're gonna go to Aqua, then Chaos, then I'll end it all off.
Okay, well, I just would like to say, much appreciation again for always acknowledging me and having me on your panel. Much respect to the panel and to everyone in the chat. It's just always a privilege to be uh, allowed to speak um, and listen in your atmosphere, in the manosphere. So
It's
much
always
respect.
always a pleasure. You invited to my channels any fucking time. You even if it's all men, you invited. Shit. It's like a matter of fact, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get you to start one up too because we need more black females teaching femininity to the women of our age group and the next generation. So we're
Yes.
gonna be on you. Like, we're gonna have to start a channel.
Hmm.
I'm working on it. I'm working
In
on it
time, in
Shoot.
time, in time. We get
in
there.
time.
In time, we'll get you there, slowly but surely. God knows I
Yeah.
know that. God knows me and Chaos know that very well, slowly but surely.
And check this out, Miss Melanie. Now, don't get me wrong. When you do this, you're gonna have a lot of haters coming at you because you're speaking that real raw shit. You know what I mean? Because you're going against the grain. So I'm just giving you a heads up of what comes along with doing what you're doing. So
And don't
I,
worry, we will support. Just give us wrenches and we'll hit them with the bitch be gones.
Oh, I will say, there's always going to be haters, and
yeah,
it means you're doing something right.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So most
Thank
definitely.
you
Well,
once and thank you once again, Miss Melanie. It's always a pleasure, lady.
all right, always a pleasure. Peace, love, and respect to everyone. Have a great night.
Good
You
You
night.
too,
too.
man. Aqua, last words.
Last words is this was a very good live stream. You know what I'm saying? We definitely had a good conversation. We spoke on masculinity and how important it is. We also spoke on how important femininity is and having structure will develop better people and having well intact families will develop better people, man. And yeah, so respect men, real masculine men, and respect real feminine ladies. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my last word.
Always. Miss Tony said how you want to carry it.
What's up? What's up?
Uh,
And
always a
I would
pleasure.
say this, in regards to the masculine piece, ladies, your life might be fine now in this environment, but moving forward in the 21st century, it's only gonna get worse moving forward. As you know, we are in a process of a depopulation process as people, and with the stage of separating man and woman, we are playing into our own demise. So for you to sit there, ignore, and think it's not necessary for men to be men or to allow, well, I won't say allow, but to have masculine around presence instead of how you want to control it, you get what you deserve at the end of the day. You know, there will be no protection without any respect. You know, and a lot of men have seen that you have shown so much disrespect to the black masculine in this space and outside of space, period. So until you get a sense of love and respect in men, and men are gonna be men, and men are gonna do things, you're gonna see the same results that you're expecting now. You know, men are not tools, unfortunately. Unfortunately, so you have to show some decorum. You know? That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna end it off with this: love, peace, and hair grease. Not I'm stuff. But ladies and gentlemen out there, conversations like this need to be had. Notice there was no yelling between Miss Melanie and the fellas. She was
Yeah,
feminine. We were masculine. Everything
yeah.
was flowing. I mean, it was as beautiful as a maze.
Hmm.
Frankie Beverly and an Earth, Wind, and Fire song, just melodic.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Never ever forsake your masculine role as a leader. Ladies, never forsake your feminine role as a damn good second in command. Ladies, be the moon and let us be the sun. Let us shine our light on you
Yeah.
and create the luminosity that is our glory. Woo!
Woo.
And Chaos, can you hit us off with that nice jazzy song?
Oh, that's okay. Well, let me find the jazz song. All right, I was gonna play something else, but give me a second.
Well, play our usual.
No. Don't worry. No, we're gonna end off nice, so nice and nice. We'll end off with this. Hold on. All right, people.
So we're gonna dedicate this song to Miss Melanie and ladies like her tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And we're out.
Peace.